Hey guys, it's Krystal and we are here at the Apple Visitor Center about to head in. It is event day, lots going on, so let's see what it's all about. So let's talk about everything that was released today because there is so much to dive into. Of course, we got those new iPhones, but alongside that, new AirPods Pro, new Apple Watches, including the Apple Watch Ultra. Here we have the new Apple Watch Ultra. So it's like the Pro version of the Apple Watch. Now, the event did kick off with all things Apple Watch, and as you guys may know, I am a very heavy Apple Watch user. I wear it every day, especially for the fitness side of things. Love me some Fitness Plus. But the big thing here today is the new Apple Watch Ultra, which is the pro level Apple Watch that we've all been waiting for. It is a new look to Apple Watch in a bigger 49mm titanium case. It's got a flat display with a peak brightness of up to 2000 nits. And I tried this thing on and yeah, it is massive. Which one should I try on? We got three choices here. I'm kind of leaning towards this orange. I like the pop of color. All right, putting the Series 7s down, switching to the Ultra. I feel like this is a nice band to wear when you're like running outdoors, especially like nighttime. I feel like no one will miss you with this orange. And it just makes me want to be more active than I already am in my everyday life because this thing was designed to have the capabilities to handle those more extreme physical activities, whether you're a pro hiker, runner, or you go diving. It can do it all even more in depth now. This watch has up to 60 hours of battery life, and during the event, Apple did demo what it's like for a scuba diver to use the Apple Watch Ultra, and it is insane that not only can you wear your Apple Watch deep into the ocean, but it'll measure everything in extreme detail when it comes to your diving activity because there is a depth gauge now.
We've designed Oceanic Plus with all the key features for recreational scuba divers and free divers. And it works seamlessly with our iPhone app to plan your dives.
This new watch also has a customizable action button now. It's the orange button that's on the left side of the case if you wear it on your left wrist. And you can quickly launch things like a workout, a stopwatch, or any other of the quick actions that are available. And this is the action button here. We already have it starting a workout, but you can program it to do some other actions. We also get some new watch bands with this watch, but something that I was more excited to see that I feel like a lot of us were hoping to see this time around was a temperature sensor. And we got it on the new Apple Watches, not just the Ultra, but the Series 8 as well. Beyond that, for us women out here, it's cool to see something that enables a more accurate period prediction as well as ovulation estimates.
The temperature sensing capability on Series 8 plus heart rate and log cycle data come together to give you a detailed view of your cycle.
Another thing that I'm really grateful to see is Apple's attention to safety features in this launch. With Apple Watch and iPhone, we now get crash detection and emergency SOS. With crash detection, it'll automatically detect a car crash. And this is something that, of course, we hope to never have to use, but it's nice to know that in the case of an event that you do get into a car crash, your Apple Watch will recognize this right away and alert emergency services. Now with the Series 8 watch, even though it doesn't look all that different from the Series 7, we do get a lot of those new features that were introduced on Apple Watch Ultra here as well, like the new temperature sensor, the new safety features like crash detection, and a better fitness experience. This time around, we also get new AirPods Pro. Finally, the second generation is here. Thanks to the H2 chip, we do get a better listening experience, up to 2 times more active noise cancellation, and we do get up to 30 hours of total listening time this time around, which is 6 more hours than the previous AirPods Pro. And I'm really excited with all the things that the case brings as well. Not only can you customize it with your Memoji now, which is really cool, and I'll definitely be doing that, but apart from that, you can also attach a lanyard now to it, which is really nice. I mean, for somebody who like uses them every day, especially, I like to use them when I'm working out, so it's cool that I can just put it right around my wrist. And there's also now a speaker on the bottom of the case, so if you lose your AirPods Pro, it'll be easier to find them with that tracking sound. The AirPods themselves come with a 4th ear tip now for a better fit. I know in the last one, some people complain about them not fitting right, so maybe this time around it'll have a better fit for you. Let's talk about those new iPhones though. We got 4 new phones, the iPhone 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, and 14 Pro Max. And I did get some hands-on time with it, but of course, stay tuned for my full coverage coming very soon. iPhone 14 in beautiful blue. I love this color. We have the 14 Plus in a lovely purple. Very lavendery. I believe this is space black, the iPhone 14 Pro. So more like intense black. And I believe this is like the star of a show today because it's the new purple iPhone 14 Pro. This is Pro Max. Same size as last year's Pro Max, but new color. Now with the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus, at first glance, you're probably thinking this looks a lot like an iPhone 13, and it does share some similarities. I mean, we have that notch there, same processor with the A15 Bionic chip, but we do have a new size now with the Plus and no more mini. So for my iPhone mini fans out there, I'm sorry, but it is gone. So yeah, apart from colors, really not all that different looking on the outside, but on the inside and the overall experience, it is overall refined. Like with the camera, we have a photonic engine now, which will give us better image processing and will also help out those low light photos. We also get action mode now in the camera experience, and when you toggle this on, it basically really stabilizes your video as if you're using a gimbal. So let's say you're recording somebody while running or walking really quick, it'll look really smooth. Now, if we're talking pro cameras with the 14 Pro and Pro Max, we do see these new features like the photonic engine and action mode with a little more spice because we now get a 48 megapixel main wide angle camera. Thanks to those extra megapixels, we do get a new focal length. So we have the ultra wide, the 0.5, 1x, 2x, and 3x. And that 2x will give us a even higher res telephoto because it'll crop in from the 48 to 12. So you should see a lot more detail in these telephoto images, and I'm really excited and so hyped because I really was all about the telephoto, especially with the 13 Pro. Been taking a lot of telephoto pictures this past year, so I'm even more excited to get even more detail out of these. Apart from action mode, another video feature that I'm excited for that we see across the board is cinematic mode at 4K 24. Now guys, we are getting some lighting differences. The cars are passing by, the sun is dipping, and we got some lights coming on now. ¿Qué se puede hacer? We're just gonna have to keep rolling with it. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to the 14 Pro, like you guys know, I'm excited for all these phones, but I am an iPhone Pro user. I've been debating, am I gonna go Pro or Pro Max? I'm leaning towards the smaller because that's what I've been using, but the Max, the colors though, there is a new deep purple, and I have been waiting for a purple Pro iPhone for so long now. I've also been wanting a pink, some type of bubblegum pink situation will be amazing one day, but I am loving the purple that we're seeing. Is definitely a more plum, little eggplant. It kind of changes in certain lighting. You guys will have to see for yourselves when they land in stores, but it is a really pretty and just elegant purple. Now, probably the biggest shocking wow moment for many of us during the event was probably during the Pro announcement and when we saw the little hole punch camera move. And also the name for it, the dynamic island. No more notch. We have a lovely little, I'll call it a hole. It's a special hole. Okay, let's say we're playing music right now. Playing some Justin Bieber, right? Go up and it just got bigger. It's crazy. There's a lot of different functionalities with it. If we tap on it, you can interact with it because it is part of the display when it stretches out like that. The dynamic island does bring a lot of functionality to what a hole punch can do when you're in certain apps. Like if you're in music, you can long press to launch a mini player. You can tap on it to go fully into the app. Another big Pro feature that I was really excited to see is the always on display, which actually looks really beautiful with iOS 16 and the new wallpaper and lock screen customizations. This takes great advantage of what your phone looks like when it's on, but just slightly dim. It really looks like you just dimmed down your display, and it still shows so much information, like a great view of the clock and even things like colors from whatever wallpaper you're using. Now, across the entire iPhone 14 lineup, there are a lot of updates when it comes to safety features. We did touch upon this on the watch, but there is crash detection here as well, and emergency SOS via satellite. Now, with crash detection, again, very similar to the watch, if you are in an impact of over 200 Gs, it will detect the crash or incident and alert 911. Now with emergency SOS via satellite, again, another feature that hopefully we never have to use, but if you are in a situation where you need help and there is no cell towers around you, nothing around you, you can contact emergency services via the satellites that are hundreds of miles above us. So as you can see, the day is coming to an end here, but there is so much to be excited for. So I want to know in the comments below, what are you guys most hyped for? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and hasta luego.